those old £10 notes before they cease to be legal tender. After March the 1st, you'll have to exchange them at the bank following the introduction of those new plastic tenors, which came out in September.
Thanks very much, Jonathan. Now, a British doctor has pioneered a method for diagnosing chronic fatigue illnesses and says it should be made available to every GP in the country. It's called the Perrin Technique, and it looks for 5 physical symptoms, and it has an 86% success rate in early testing. Well, we can speak now to Jade Benson, who suffered chronic fatigue, but her life has been changed after this treatment. She joins us now live from Preston. Good morning to you, Jade.
Good morning.
So tell us more about the Perrin Technique. You say it completely transformed your life.
Yes, I had ME diagnosed when I was 11, and to the point I was 18, so 7 years, I gradually got worse and worse to the point that I was completely wheelchair bound, couldn't stand, was getting increasingly ill all the time, and it was just kind of luck really that we found the Perrin Technique through just word of mouth from a friend. And went to see Dr. Perrin, and it was like someone switched a light on. It completely changed our lives in that he first officially diagnosed me with ME positively. The NHS guidelines on ME, there is no positive diagnosis. It's a process of elimination. So the room for misdiagnosis is quite high, whereas Dr. Perrin's diagnosis is 100% positive. He looks for physical signs. So once I'd had that done and positively diagnosed with ME, I then underwent the Perrin Technique treatment, which is a form of cranial osteopathy and lymphatic massage, which then helped me get better over the next couple of years.
Jade, do you think the lack of ability to diagnose it properly within the healthcare system at the moment has led to this misunderstanding of chronic fatigue illnesses, because it's been misunderstood for quite some time? So perhaps you can explain to people who are watching at home what a chronic fatigue illness is.
Yes, it does have a massive effect on how people view it, because there's no firm diagnosis, and because it's a multi-systemic disease, so it can affect people in very different ways. You kind of have, even from medical professions, you have kind of you have ME kind of thing. Yeah, it might be in your head, it might not be real, it's not as bad as you think it is kind of attitude, when really it's completely debilitating. I didn't have a teenage life at all. I couldn't go to school. I was wheelchair bound. I lost touch with all of my friends, and I was basically in the house in incredible pain all the time, feeling extremely ill, and no one could tell me definitively what was wrong.
It's an incredible transformation for you now. What is life like since diagnosis and treatment? How are you now, Jade?
I'm fine now. I'm married. I've got a nearly 2-year-old son. And I work 3 days a week. So I'm running around after Jack, and then I work full days, 3 days. So I have a normal life now, which I very much doubt I would be here today without the Perrin Technique. I was that ill that no one was expecting me to live a lot longer, or at least have any sort of quality of life. I was getting increasingly worse. So this really has changed my life, without a doubt.
Oh, well, Jade, it is good to hear that you're doing well, and you'll need all that energy with a 2-year-old. So thank you very much for talking to us about your experience here on Sky News Sunrise. Really appreciate it. Still to come here on the programme, meaningful work experience, whatever your background, a new pledge from business leaders.